Golden Wildfire, the leader's stratagem. The Alliance army pushes back the Empire at Deirdre, where they receive word that Count Gloucester has rejoined the Alliance. It seems his disloyalty was all part of a deceitful plan. With their position lost, the Imperial army begins to retreat. Claude and his allies press forward, planning to surround them as they flee to Adrestia.
The Imperial forces within the Alliance are currently dispersed between the western part of Regan territory and the northern part of Gloucester lands. They're making a desperate attempt to march south, but Count Gloucester's persistent attacks have slowed their progress.
I would appreciate it if you could be more precise with your language. In fact, my father's tactics have halted the Imperial Army's southward advance.
I'm pretty sure that's what I just said. Anyway, here's where we come in. We'll surround the enemy, cutting off their retreat and cornering them in western Regan territory. Then, we give them a good thrashing.
That's it? Sounds kinda simple if you ask me.
Hey, what more could you want? All the best plans are easy to understand. Trust me, it's a sure win.
Yeah, even I know what's going on now.
We just have to herd the Imperial Army into western Regan territory and stop them from moving any further south, right?
Couldn't have said it better myself. Just remember that the enemy knows this is their last stand. We have to proceed with caution. I want to finish them off before Count Burgles has a chance to muster a sizable army and mount an attack.
Ferdinand and Bernadetta are leading the Imperial Army, right?
I'm guessing you'd rather not kill them? Believe me, I don't want that either. We may have been in different classes, but they're still our old friends from the Academy. Once our forces are in place, I plan to offer them terms of surrender. But for now, we need to focus on driving their army into a corner.
You got it! I swear on these biceps, I won't let them get away!
I don't know. I'm not convinced it's gonna be that easy. But I guess that's besides the point. We've got to get out there.
You said it. Let's move out.
I can't believe that Count Gloucester betrayed us. The Great Bridge has fallen back into enemy hands.
Now that our troops are trapped on Alliance lands, House Regan and House Gloucester have them surrounded on both sides. It's doubtless one of Claude's clever little stratagems, and it stings.
I don't understand. Everyone is aware of the troubled history between Regan and Gloucester. Why would they decide to bury the hatchet now? Unless this supposed feud is little more than a web Claude has spun for this exact moment.
Perhaps it is, but perhaps not. For all we know, he wants us to overthink the situation and make a greater mistake.
As it stands, Ferdinand's forces are trapped behind enemy lines. The Minister of Military Affairs is moving to recapture the Great Bridge of Myrddin with all haste. However, I fear he lacks a sufficiently sizable force to do so swiftly enough to reach our isolated comrades before they are crushed.
We cannot stand idly by while our allies are in danger. What are our options, Hubert?
I have already taken the liberty of engaging several promising mercenary companies. I directed them to covertly enter Alliance territory and provide reinforcements to Ferdinand.
Why was I not informed of any of this?
From the very beginning, I had my doubts about Ferdinand and his ability to lead our troops to victory. I employed these mercenaries using my own personal funds, which obviated any need to report it.
And you believe they'll make it to him in time?
I do. It turns out that they are quite familiar with the terrain. I am confident that they will prove well worth the cost of their contracts.
It's funny, Hubert, to think that your complete lack of faith in Ferdinand might be the very thing that saves his life. The world truly is a mysterious place.
Let's talk. Boy there. Excellent.
Jeez.
Yes.
Let's see.
You sure?
Yes, well.
I'm impressed. Well,
Oh, yeah.
hey!
Got a minute?
How tragic. Oh.
Hey! Okay, so.
Hey!
Right.
Excellent.
What?
How's it going?
Hey there.
I'm counting on you.
Right on.
Thanks.
You sure?
I see.
my instruction comes at a high price. Don't neglect your daily studies.
Oh no.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
That you, Claude? What are you doing in a place like this?
Oh, hey. I'm not up to much. Just shirking my duties for a little bit.
Your plan's going well, huh? We've managed to corral most of the Imperial forces that are still in the Alliance.
Everything's moving like clockwork. At this rate, it won't be long before we've finished off the entire enemy force.
You don't seem too happy about it. Hasn't this whole war been unfolding exactly the way you thought it would?
So far, yeah. But it's not over yet. Unless we find a way to stop them, the Empire is going to make another play for the Great Bridge of Murden. And when that happens, we'll be taking on Count Bergliez himself. It'll be a brutal fight, no matter how many angles we try to play. And even if we pull it off, what then? Do we invade the Empire or just stay on the defensive? We don't know what's going on with the Kingdom and the Church. And the Almirans could decide to drop in on us again at any time. There are limits to how far I can map things out. But the Alliance won't survive unless I account for every possibility. I'm dancing as fast as I can here, but there's no end in sight. And these feet are starting to get tired.
You don't have to shoulder all that weight by yourself. I'm sure we can figure out a plan if everyone puts their heads together.
Now, there's an idea. Hey, would you be willing to hash it out with me?
Me? Oh, I'm not sure there's anything all that useful knocking around in my head.
Speak for yourself. I, for one, have plenty of wisdom to share. Perhaps I should grant you some?
I probably won't be much help. But on the off chance I do get a flash of inspiration, I'll be sure to let you know.
Excuse me? I've placed myself at your disposal, yet you claim there's only an off chance that I'd have a good idea? I'd appreciate a little more credit.
You know, I'm really glad you're the one who hired me, Claude. You've got vision. You think about all these things that never even occur to me. Plus, I know you'll always pay me on time.
Well, thanks for the vote of confidence. Sorry to make you listen to all my griping, but you know what? I feel a bit better now. Maybe it's not such a bad thing to let it all out now and then.
Well, if all you need is someone to vent to, I'm here. I'll even give you a real good rate on it.
Wait, you're charging me for this? You mercenaries sure know how to bleed a guy dry, don't you?
Lord Ferdinand, I've brought an envoy from the Alliance.
Allow me to introduce myself, sir. My name is Holst Sigisvald Goneril.
It is an honor to meet you. Even those of us from the Empire have heard tales of your valor. I am Ferdinand von Eyre, and this army is under my command.
I come as a representative for the Leicester Alliance. I'm sure you can guess what I'm planning to say.
You are here to ask for our surrender, I take it.
Your army is surrounded with no hope of victory or retreat. There would be no dishonor in laying down your arms.
So the Empire declined our terms? I guess that's not a complete surprise.
It was as if he didn't even consider the possibility. Perhaps he'd have regarded it an affront to his pride as a noble of the Empire.
He's really willing to throw away the lives of those who serve him just for that?
Actually, his troops' morale seemed unexpectedly high. I believe they've steeled themselves for a fight to the death. Not without exception, of course. One of his officers was hiding under a table, and I noticed some dispirited soldiers about their camp.
Hiding under a table? That has to be Bernadetta. I mean, who else could it be? I wonder if she'd hear us out.
Since we couldn't convince Ferdinand to give up on this desperate last stand, we have no choice but to give him what he wants. If we win this battle, the Alliance will finally be back to where it was before the Empire invaded. No matter who you face on the battlefield, hold nothing back. Hit them with everything you've got. They've got nowhere. Let's try this. I'll give you a hand.
Yeah, let's do this. Come with
to run. We must force the enemy generals to surrender.
Closely.
It was quite brilliant to surround them like this, Claude, and it could not have been accomplished without my father.
The escape route has been cut off. There must be some way to break through.
Could you give it up already? You'll only keep losing troops if you... Wait, that's...
Did we make it in time? The situation doesn't look great, but we've still got a job to do.
We'll cut a path for you. Follow us.
You're Ferdinand, right? We've secured an escape route. Hurry, get your troops out of here.
The mercenary company. You have my gratitude. Everyone, proceed to the escape route at once.
That's you, Captain Gerald. Oh no. I really don't want to do this, but I can't let them get away.
The entire army will crumble if I am defeated. I must retreat with everyone else, regardless of what happens. I'm all right.
I can't do this anymore. Gotta make sure everyone gets away. What a nuisance! Is Bernadetta the sniper? Perhaps we should use the information we obtained about the enemy's formations. Where are these arrows coming from? We'll never catch up to the enemy if we don't stop them.
We'll show them how determined we are.
The path is shut.
I'm not a child.
The enemy is over there. Let us finish this.
The Alliance forces are in disarray. Now is our chance, Lord Ferdinand.
They found me! Stay away! I found her.
I had a feeling it was you, Bernadetta. You don't seem to be willing to listen in that state.
The enemy doesn't seem that interested in fighting. We may be able to convince her to surrender.
Won't lose.
I'm all right.
Forward!
Watch closely. Lend me your aid. Come on, follow me. We won't be defeated. Out of my way. Bernadetta, could you maybe stop fighting? Wait, what? No, I'm not ready to die. Please, don't murder me. Tear it up, huh?
Captain Gerald, I leave the rest to you. I will rally the troops who have managed to withdraw.
Captain, we should join the front line as well. We must save as many soldiers as we can.
There you go, getting all worked up again. I guess our pay will get docked if we just stand around.
Now we can focus on pursuing. Wait, something's happening in the central area. What is that?
You will not go any further.
So it's the Ashen Demon, huh? Don't engage them if you can help it. Focus on stopping the Imperial troops.
We can advance now.
Forward!
If you're with the Alliance army, then I'm here to stop you. So, we meet again. You serve the Alliance now?
Just draw your weapon already. You and me have a score to settle.
The escape point is before us. Go, everyone. I will provide you with backup.
What? Come on! Time to face the Blade Breaker's wrath!
You're more capable than I expected.
We must prioritize the Imperial troops. There is no need to engage if you're having difficulties.
I know we were told not to engage, but isn't this a great opportunity to see how much you've grown?
They got me beat, huh? Hey, it happens. All right, I'm falling back.
Back to us.
We must work together.
Cut a path once more.
What a nuisance. Wait, you're asking me? Out you go.
We can't let our blockade fall apart. We need reinforcements.
It's my turn.
Come then, let us fight with honor.
Is that...
Slow down.
Did he leave the Knights of Saros?
Be careful!
I won't be the one to drag my new comrades down. I'm afraid that's it for me. I must withdraw.
We've considerably weakened the mercenaries. All that's left is to catch Ferdinand.
What? How could you allow this to happen, Claude?
I won't lose!
It's not over.
You caught up to me, but I shall not surrender here. Is that all? Everyone, retreat! Get as far as you can! I will hold them off!
So this is where it ends.
Come on, follow me! We won't be defeated! Out of my way!
Lord Ferdinand, please retreat. I will hold them off.
Switching it out, huh?
I promised Her Majesty that I would protect you at all costs, and I intend to see that promise through.
Edelgard truly made you promise such a thing? But I cannot very well abandon you here.
If we lose you, we lose the whole army. Please go, so that everyone might live.
I am sorry. The rest is in your hands.
I got it.
No escape! We've got no time to lose.
I know full well what you can do.
Witness my truth!
My lord, please be on your guard. You cannot underestimate those who've been backed into a corner.
Yeah, but we can't just ignore her.
Her Majesty entrusted me with these soldiers. I cannot allow them to die needlessly.
Sorry, but our fight ends here.
And slip away like it was nothing.
You think that is enough to stop me?
I'm all right.
Take a breather.
We can skip my turn, you know.
We changing places?
We can skip my turn, you know. It's my turn.
No problem, I got it.
Watch closely. Switching it up, huh? It's my turn. Wait, let's get my turn, you know. I'm sick of you. Show no mercy.
Not falter. I'll save even one more of my allies' lives. Then I will continue to fight.
You'll help me, right? We must work together. Wait, you're asking me? Out you go! Don't get used to me trying this much. Hilda's actually exerting herself. Now that's something you don't see every day.
At least Lord Ferdinand got away. Your Majesty, if only I could have seen you one last.
Their general escaped, but we struck a blow to the Imperial army nonetheless. I'd call this a victory.
Well, we did it.
Yet you're still the saddest-looking fighter in camp. Why the long face?
Because we only barely got the job done. Everything else was a miserable failure. Sure, we routed the Imperial army and forced Geralt and his mercenaries to retreat, but we let Ferdinand get away in the process. And if that wasn't bad enough, I failed to beat the Ashen Demon. Basically, we lost in nearly every way you can lose.
Wrong. You were hired to do a job, and you did it. And in the process, you've received a valuable reminder about the unique danger the Ashen Demon poses.
You're right. I can't believe one fighter could turn the tide of an entire battle like that.
Precisely. They're surely going to continue standing in our way, so do try to dig a little deeper the next time you square off.
Yeah, you're probably right. Thanks for the chat.
Did you manage to find Ferdinand and his troops?
No, but I spotted tracks that suggest they fled toward Garreg Mach.
So they've given up on the southern route and are making their way back to the Empire by circling west. It won't be easy to catch them now.
I'm just relieved that Ferdinand is still alive. I must admit, I am too.
Yeah, same here. I just wish we could have caught him, though. Knowing Ferdinand, he's gonna think the only way to redeem himself is by attacking us again.
Well, if he does, I'll just chase him away. I'll send that guy packing as many times as we need.
I'm more worried about Geralt and his mercenaries.
I'm with you on that.
Right. Ferdinand would have never escaped if Geralt's people weren't covering him. I suspect this won't be the last we see of them. We can't let their smaller numbers lull us into a false sense of security. That's a surefire way to get beaten. On the bright side, we've taken down most of what was left of the Imperial Army's invasion force. I think it's fair to say the Alliance has officially made it to the other side of this crisis. Great work, everyone.
May I ask what our next move is, my lord?
Well, as you know, the Empire is currently locked in battle with the Kingdom of Fargus. With fronts to the east and the west, the Empire is stretched thin. They've been forced to divide their army. I'd be curious to hear what my favorite mercenary thinks. What would your next move be?
As the brains of this duo, I'll take this one. The answer couldn't be clearer. Attack the enemy's homeland.
First off, I'd fortify our borders. Then we could rally the Alliance army and prepare for what comes next.
Okay, that's the exact opposite of what I told you. I'm hurt that you place so little faith in me.
That would only serve to put us in the same position as before, playing defense against the Empire. Now is the time to go on the offensive.
I agree. They attacked us first, so we're fully justified in the retaliation. What's more, if we can claim House Burgleys' farmlands for ourselves, then the Alliance should be sitting pretty for a century to come.
Isn't Count Burgleys known for his incredible strength?
He may be Adrestia's mightiest warrior, but at the end of the day, he's still just one man. The Empire's invasion of Leicester has failed. That crack in their armor is just the opening we need to strike.
If victory means peace for the Alliance, I'm all for it. I won't lose to this Count, no matter how tough he is.
I'm sure if we don't take this opportunity, it won't be long before the Empire regroups and attacks us again.
I don't approve of this at all. Surely the Alliance army is already exhausted from fighting multiple battles.
So many of our soldiers are wounded. We should give them time to rest and recover.
If our attacks were to somehow fail, then the Alliance would be plunged right back into crisis. And need I remind you, the next time the Empire knocks on our metaphorical door, we will not be able to employ the same tricks again.
We won't fail. I'll handle Count Bergles myself, and I will vanquish him.
But Holst, can you really afford to be away from our territory for so long? Elmira could strike at any moment.
My, this conversation's certainly gotten heated. Do I sense another roundtable meeting in the works?
Seems like this kind of decision would need one of those conferences, huh?
That's how it goes around here, yeah. I guess we'll just have to table this discussion until then.
I've returned, Father.
Yes.
Father, between your feigned betrayal and surprise attack at the Great Bridge, your leadership in this war has been nothing short of exceptional. However, I must ask why you felt it necessary to exclude me from your plans. I could have assisted you had I only known your intentions.
No. If Deirdre had fallen, House Gloucester would have remained a loyal vassal to the Empire. There was no need for you to share the stigma of that betrayal. I wanted your hands to remain clean. You are, after all, the heir to the noble House Gloucester.
Father.
But I will tell you this. Claude von Regan is dangerous. In this matter, I allowed him to inveigle me into going along with his scheme. And what was born of this plan of his? Much of our domain became a battlefield, its citizens exposed to considerable peril.
That seems a small price to pay considering all we have gained.
An Alliance leader who dismisses any amount of suffering is unfit to bear the title. I am convinced that Claude will never understand this.
Now, that is not necessarily...
Listen to me, Lawrence. I am done obeying that reckless child.
You cannot mean to secede from the Alliance.
No, of course not. I intend to yield my title.
What?
Claude may be the one to save our alliance, but I refuse to serve under him all the same. You, however, are much more adept at dealing with his particular style of leadership. Would you not agree?
You are proposing I become head of this house? Are you certain?
Lawrence, my son, I have long forced you to uphold my own ideals. That, too, ends today. Going forward, you shall act in accordance with your own beliefs. My only stipulation is that you never forget your duty to protect the common folk and always consider their best interests.
You have my word. I stand both honored and humbled to accept the countship of House Gloucester.